Intro to channel. All wisdom is love-based, light-based, and life-based. There's a few things I'll be speaking of on this channel, such as shadow work and purifying your shadow in the light is an important part of shadow work, if you ask me. I'll also be talking about healing all forms and degrees of suffering, magic as the one universal language. I will speak of constructs and how we can construct, deconstruct, or reconstruct in the sense of how we perceive things and thus relate to others through our own perception and relation with others' perceptions. I definitely will be sharing some compassion teachings, some forgiveness teachings, and talking about how important it is, because it's so important to follow your own heart. Also, order and how what we truly are at the core creates order rather than chaos in, well, the context is really light or darkness, love or fear. So I would say order instead of chaos in its context is right, or rather integral. And I wanted to offer a progression of ascension as the order these videos are posted, and also how they are organized. And how they're selected by your own choice. We'll be honest, eh? But if the progression of ascension was not through peace and peacefulness, then it would never be loving, it would never be wise, and it would never be eternal, stuff like that. It would sort of like end eventually. There was no light, there was no love, there was no life. Can't really maintain itself, whatever it is, without these three things. But I feel like what we truly are at the core is this light. I feel like I know what this light is, but I don't feel like it's something I can describe with a construct, or through the construct of the English language. So I feel like it's important to distinguish the difference between peace and peacefulness, though, like peace to me means inner peace. It means that feeling of contentment within yourself and happiness in a way. It doesn't always have to be laughing and joyful, but fulfilled is really maybe what I mean. Completion, contentment is peace. And that is something that you discover within yourself, I feel. It's not so much an accumulation, more so an application of within to the external, to ascend your perception of life and awareness and this quest, if you will. So that is how I define peace, and how I define peacefulness is that no matter how you feel, even if it's terrible, well, no matter how terrible you feel, still all you share is peacefulness to yourself and others. So you're not adding to the problem, in other words. You're not adding to the problem in any way whatsoever. It's important to protect your peace, but that takes wisdom, it takes compassion and forgiveness, and following your own heart. And following your heart is really the same thing as practicing and living compassion and forgiveness. That's what I feel. This is something I will be speaking about as well, protecting one's peace. Not defending, attacking. This is not a conflicting thing I'm talking about. It's very peaceful, very loving, I'm feeling very at peace right now. It's nice. But even if I wasn't, I would definitely be aiming for, being peaceful. Completely. So, supporters! Yo! I'm Shapeshifter. I walk through doors. Videos are organized into playlists. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the message my channel is sharing. Thank you with all of my being. Have fun.